Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm doing this long-awaited video. If you've been following me on social media, I recently got lip fillers. So I've had them in the past, and in the last video that I did, I had so many questions that I wanted to get answered this time around. And the main question was, how do I find a doctor in my area if I'm wanting to get the same procedure? So for this video, I teamed up with realself.com. I was super excited when they approached me with this opportunity because I was like, yes, this is how I found my doctor to begin with. And secondly, because if you're looking for a doctor in your area, realself.com is where to go. If you've personally asked me on like Snapchat or any social media, I've told you this in the past, but I'm really glad to be able to say it in a video so that everyone knows if you are interested in doing. Now, realself.com is like one of the largest online communities for elective procedures. If you go on there and you're trying to find a doctor, it's great because you can read reviews on them, you can see their ratings, and it's like real life reviews. It's people who are giving their super honest opinions. It's not like paid people to review. They're people who've had procedures. You can see before and after photos. You can read the ratings, like I said. You can see all about the doctor, their accolades, everything that you kind of want to know. Plus, you can see pricing in your area, which is super helpful because I know that wherever you live, I've kind of said in the past, like, oh, it depends on where you live in your area. And listening to how much I paid for something might not necessarily be, it could be less or more depending on your area. So if you look on realself.com, it's going to give you, connect you with a doctor who performs the procedure that you're looking for, and it's going to give you an estimate for the price and based on your area. Before you go in, you can kind of have a little bit more of an understanding and a knowledge. Now, my friend Dana and I were connected with Dr. Sato, and I was so excited to meet her because even before the procedure, she was super helpful answering some questions that I had about what type of product that she uses. I asked you guys on social media to ask me a bunch of questions that you wanted answered, so I made sure to ask those questions and get your answers. So I am going to scroll through and look at the questions that you guys sent me on Snapchat, and I also did an Instagram live. Now, my friend Dana Ann, we both went in together, and it was nice to have like moral support, but it was her first time getting anything, and it was my second time, but I had a totally different experience this time, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit of some things why, so that way maybe if you are going in and you want to ask for specific things. I think I did learn a lot going a second time, a different doctor, and learning a little bit about what I specifically want and what to ask for to get the most desired results. Now, Dr. Sato's office is in Houston. It's Houston Plastics Cranial, Facial, and Sinus Surgery Center. So if you are interested, she did offer a $100 discount off of a syringe if you are interested in getting fillers yourself, which is a really, really great deal. Now, the product that we used was Juvederm Ultra XC, and a lot of your questions were about the pricing for it, and also just about what made a doctor, or what makes a doctor or a person try and decide between another filler like Restylane. Like, how do you decide which one that you want to use? So I made sure to ask that question. Now, the Juvederm Ultra XC runs about $650 a syringe. I got a full syringe in my lip, and that seemed to be about a really good amount for my lips. Now, Dr. Sato was telling us, I said, hey, I heard your bottom lip's supposed to be more full than your top lip, and she said it really depends on your ethnicity. With different ethnicities, the lips are more even or whatnot. Now, the first time that I got it done, I went in around the borders, and I just kind of had my borders defined. This time I told her that I really kind of wanted a little bit more full and pouty lip look. She's absolutely amazing because before we went in, we had an opportunity to like really ask her a lot of questions and why she was using Juvederm, and really about how she kind of goes in with her technique that she uses and what she does. So she said that the difference between Juvederm Ultra XC and Restylane, like Restylane Define, Juvederm has a little bit more fuller, plumper results, and Restylane Define is a little bit more natural. So if you're someone who's wanting a little bit more natural of a look, maybe you could go with that. If you're wanting a little bit fuller, plumper results, you can go with Juvederm Ultra. Now, the thing that she did tell me with Juvederm Ultra is it has a little bit of a tendency to have a little bit of some bumps on the injection sites. So if you just massage those, they do disappear. So if that's something, I just wanted to let you guys know, because this is about a real experience, and I did have one of those. I massaged it and it has gone away, but it was something that I was like, what happened? She was great. I emailed her, I asked her about it, and she said, hey, just keep massaging it, it will disappear, and it did. Juvederm Ultra is supposed to last, depending on the person and how they metabolize the product, it's supposed to last about 8 months. Now, I got mine done on March 31st, so it is April 11th today, and I feel like the swelling has gone down, the bruising has gone down, everything has kind of gone down. So let me just start at the beginning with my experience. So we went in, and last time I had a dental block done, so this time I was really wanting to have the numbing cream, and that is what she did. She put the numbing cream all over the lips, and it feels so weird, but let me tell you, it really, really numbs things out. So if you're someone who's worried about a little bit of the pain of it, this really, really numbed it out. There is a tiny little like pink that you can feel, mainly when she was going like up in the lip, because last time I had it, like I said, do the borders, and I had a full syringe last time, and I had a full syringe this time, and I feel like my lips are much more even and plumper this time, and like pouty, which is exactly the results I want. I feel like she has a great idea of symmetry with the face, and she was able to give exactly what we were both looking for, Dana and I both, what we were looking for. So she started and kind of went in on this side first, and then filled it up. She was even like stopped and was like, oh my gosh, she did half of my lips. She did the top and the bottom, just because it was so dramatic. Like my lips reacted so well, like they plumped up like immediately to the product. And so she was like, I want to do half of your lips just to show you like before and after on half. So she showed me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it really did like plump up and work. So I think Juvederm Ultra XC is going to be the product that I go for, because I really liked the results, and I can still feel that my lips feel, you know, extra plump and really, really nice. So anyway, she went in and did half of my lips first, and it took all of probably 5, maybe 7 minutes. It's not a long procedure, and it's not painful. If you see the clips of me, I'm like really concentrating on like not making any type of like movement or anything, because A, a needle is going into your lip, and B, Dana was telling me that I didn't have a high pain tolerance, and I was like, yes I do. So I was like being really like still to try and prove it. So after that was done, we kind of iced it, and immediately my lips swole up. Like they swole up a lot, and I was like, oh, I feel like a monster. But listen, you cannot panic if you're gonna get your lips done. You cannot panic. At the night that after you get them, like that night, your lips are super swollen. But let me tell you, day 2 is the most swollen, and you're like, did I mess up? Like I felt like this both times. And then day 3 is like the absolute best. Your lips are looking the best. They're feeling the plumpest, and you love the way your lips look on day 3. And then day 4, they start to go down, and you're like, wait a minute, I kind of like him like that. Like I kind of liked him super plump like that. And then day 5, like it starts to settle in. I'm about 12 days out right now. These are how my lips are going to look. They're plump, they're full. I did have some bruising all over in here, and because she really filled right there. That took a good, honestly, 11 days. Like my bruises just went away yesterday. So that took 11 days to go down on the bruising. And I feel like when you're it's the way you are injecting. If you do around the borders, you're not getting as much like injecting into the lip to plump it up. You're kind of just doing the borders. So this was the first time I had bruising. So I wanted to show you guys everything so you could see it, so that if this kind of happened to you, you wouldn't worry. You would know that it's normal and that it does go down. I just kept icing my lips every single day for like 3 days. I was diligent about icing my lips. Now you can take, I think it's called arnica. It's a natural supplement that does help with bruising. I didn't take that. I probably should have. I didn't bleed hardly at all. She said some people bleed and some people don't. I wanted to read some of your questions because a lot of you guys had some. Is it painful? No, it was not painful. Now, I would recommend, if you are getting it, to get the numbing cream versus the dental block. The dental block, you have to get shots to get that, and I'm all about less needles. The lesser the needles, the better for me. So I'm not like a crazy, like, I'm not terrified of needles. Like my husband, he's terrified of needles. I'm not. But the numbing cream was just such an easier process. I felt like when it wore off, it was just easier than the dental block. Both are effective methods, but I really prefer the numbing cream over, and I found that it was less painful with the numbing cream. You can feel a tiny little pinch sometimes and some pressure, but besides that, you can't feel anything. If you're really scared of needles, go ahead and close your eyes. The needle wasn't that big though. So one wanted to know what the pain compared to, and like a shot in your arm. No, because you literally can hardly feel anything. It feels like a tiny little pinch that's like 2 seconds, like almost like you're like, huh, was that? And the price for them, the good price to pay, I would say, is to find something. It depends on your area, but $6.50 is a very reasonable price, especially in the Houston area. But I can't speak for all over, but I would say for lip filler, I would try and find it between $500 and $700 is like a good price for it. I asked Dr. Sato about the prices within the Houston area. She said her prices are competitive and comparative with the prices in the area. So I would say if you're in the Houston area, around $6.50 is what you should expect. What are the options for fillers? Are there different kinds, and what's the difference between them? So I kind of already answered that, but there are a few different kinds, like Restylane Silk, Restylane Define. Now, some products are a little bit harder and a little bit more, like I know there's Juvederm Ultra Plus, and then there's Juvederm Ultra XC. Juvederm Ultra Plus is a little bit more dense. It's a little bit thicker of a product, so it tends to last longer. It has those longer results. It's also more expensive, but it's very dense, so it gives that really super full look. Juvederm Ultra XC is a little bit thinner, and a lot of doctors prefer to work with it when like doing the lips, just because it's such a delicate area. So that is what I heard about that. And then the rest of your questions were about how to find the doctor, which I'm really glad to be able to answer that. So realself.com is where you do find a doctor in your area, and like I said, it's just a really great database if you are someone, like I'm someone who needs to see before and after pictures. I'm someone that likes to read people's honest reviews about the doctor. Now, Dr. Sato has a 5-star rating. She has tons of positive reviews, a lot of before and after pictures. So I will leave her picture right here, and also her social media account, her Twitter account, because I think you guys should definitely go follow her. Something really fun. She was on Married to Medicine Houston, so she doesn't like to be like known for that because obviously it's a reality show. She's an amazing doctor, and I think you guys would really, really like her. She's super informative. She also she takes her time with you. She answers your questions, but you can tell from her answers that she's extremely knowledgeable. She's a very likable person. If you are in the Houston area, definitely go to Dr. Sato. Mention Mrslolalynn or my name, and you can receive that $100 off of a syringe, which is extremely helpful when you're buying it. That makes it around $5.50 if you get the Juvederm Ultra XC like I did. Now, how did I decide? That was another question. How did I decide on a full syringe or more? I got a full syringe last time, and I just think it's a good amount for me because I don't want to have too big of lips and I don't want to have too small of lips. So I think one syringe is just really good. But Dr. Sato is really great about kind of telling you, hey, your lips could handle 2 syringes, or hey, your lips could handle a little bit more than this. So if you are kind of wondering what your lips can handle, leave it to like a professional to kind of gauge like maybe what you want. Tell them what you want, and then they can provide you with a little bit of some feedback on like how that might look on your lips. So I will clip in pictures throughout this video of my lips on before, after, day 1, day 2, day 3, so you can kind of see the progression of the swelling and the bruising. These are the final lips. I feel like they're done swelling at this point. The bruising is gone. They feel like really nice and full, like where I want them to be. I feel like the shape of them is really great. So I'm extremely happy with the results. I do want to say before I go, if you are someone who just doesn't like lip fillers, or you feel like they're not for you, it's not for everyone. It really isn't for everyone. But it's something that I want to try, and it's something that I personally like the results. So just be mindful and respectful in the comments if you have a different opinion, because it's not for everyone, and I'm not saying everyone should get it. You should definitely, make an informed decision if it's something that you want to try. What I do love about fillers is it's not permanent. Same with Botox and that kind of thing. It's not permanent. It will go away, and your face will be back to normal, and your lips won't get like completely deflated or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that if you've done it once, that your lips are going to get shriveled if you don't have it, because that's not what happened. I went a year before I got them again, and there was nothing shrivelly or anything with my lips. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click the link down below to check out Real Self, so you can find a doctor in your area that would work for you. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. If you have more questions about anything that I mentioned in this video, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.